All right, guys, this is round number 3. So I don't know how well you can see the board here, but we have added 3 more carbon dioxide molecules to our atmosphere. So round 1, we did not have any carbon dioxide molecules. Round 2, we only had 3 carbon dioxide molecules. And round 3, we now have 6 carbon dioxide molecules in the atmosphere. So we're going to go ahead and play. And remember that if things hit a carbon dioxide molecule, if it's infrared, it traps heat, and I will have to take one of these salmon colored cards.
And you're still going to be tracking your W's. So each time you hear us say put a W on your score sheet, you're going to be tracking that on your dock. Okay, Mrs. Shields, would you like to go first?
Sure. Alrighty, I'm going to take my little bean, going to go straight down. It does go through a carbon dioxide molecule, but because it's visible light, I don't have to worry about it. So here we go. Oh, heads. It means it is reflected. Your photon has hit a mouse. It bounces up into space. Move your photon away from the ground, up and to the right. So it does not actually matter because it's an visible light photon. Thank you.
Okay, so here's my first try of this round 3. And I have heads also, so I am reflected. My photon bounced off a sidewalk and it bounces into space, up and to the left. Sorry, we have to think backwards. And I didn't hit anything. My turn is over. So far, we have no W's yet in round 3.
Okay,
Let's see if that may change.
Infrared, or not infrared, oh my god. Visible light shining down. Heads, interesting. Your photon has hit a seagull. It bounces to the right where it hits another object. Move 1 space to the right, toss the coin again to see whether you are reflected or absorbed. All right, I have been absorbed. A dark dress absorbs your photon and is warmed up a little bit. Put a W on your score sheet for this round.
I just changed out her bean.
And make sure you put your W. Use a red bean for your photon. Move it up, away from the ground, up and to the left. So up and to the left. Oh, I have grazed a carbon dioxide molecule. So I am taking my carbon dioxide molecule slip here. If your photon is an infrared beam, which it is absorbed and carbon dioxide is warmed up a little bit. Put a W on your score sheet for this round. Carbon dioxide emits an infrared photon. Follow the nearest path down and to the left. Okay, gosh, down and to the left. Your photon might hit the ground. Take an absorbed card, or it might hit another carbon dioxide. Take a carbon dioxide card. So mine hit the ground. I'm going to take another absorbed card. A snail absorbs my photon. Put a W because it's been warmed. Use a red bean for your photon. It's already red. Move it to the right 1 space.
Oh no.
And take another card.
So we went for a while with no W's. Now look what's happening.
My goodness, so many W's. And I have to flip the coin. Oh, no, it says take another absorbed card. Goodness. A gorilla absorbs your photon and is warmed up a little bit. Put a W on your score sheet. Move it away from the ground, up and to the left. Up and to the left.
Oh, I
made it out.
All right, my second turn. So I'm figuring out if I'm absorbed or reflected. I am heads reflected. My photon hit a cactus. It bounces up into space. My visible light photon did. Move it away from the ground, up and to the right. And I did hit a blue carbon dioxide, but that's the wrong wavelength of light to interact and absorb. So I am out of there. No W's on that turn.
All right. Visible light to the ground. I've been reflected. It hit a polar bear. Move your photon up and away from the ground to the left. Up and to the left. And I am out into space.
Okay, I come down through the atmosphere, this visible light photon on my third turn. I have heads.
My goodness.
Our photon has hit an ocean wave. It bounces up into space, up and to the left. So this way, and my turn is done.
Okay, here we go. And it's absorbed. A shoe absorbs your photon and it's warmed up a little bit. Put a W on your score sheet. Use the red bean. Red bean. For your photon, move it straight up and away from the ground. Straight up. Oh no, I hit a carbon dioxide molecule. And because it's an infrared photon, I have to take one of these cards. If your photon is infrared, it is. Carbon dioxide is warmed. Put a W on your score sheet. Follow the nearest path up and to the left.
Up and to the left. So
Your photon might go off into space, and if it does, my turn is over, which it does.
So you still got 2 W's then, right?
I still did get 2 W's.
All right. I don't have any W's yet on my beans. Let's see if this will be the time. Okay, so I am tails absorbed. Let's see. A lump of coal absorbs your photon and it's warmed up a bit. Put a W on your score sheet. So now I'm emitting an infrared photon, which we feel is heat, using a red beam. Now this is important, the direction we go. Move it up, away, and to the right. Carbon dioxide. Okay, so I've hit a carbon dioxide with an infrared, put a W on the score sheet. I'm following the nearest path down and to the right, where I take another absorbed card. This time I'm absorbed by a pine tree. Put a W for the pine tree. It emits this infrared photon. It goes sideways and hits another object. And I'm going to use my red beam to the left one. And I'm going to have to take another absorbed card. So this time, this is making up for my 3 rounds with nothing. A right plum absorbs my photon. I'm warmed a bit. Move my photon away from the ground, up and to the left. Wait, left.
So you're going to hit that one.
Carbon dioxide. Put another W. This time I'm going following the nearest path up and to the right.
Another carbon dioxide.
I've hit another carbon dioxide above me. Put another W on the score sheet. Follow the nearest path down and to the left. I've hit another carbon dioxide. Are you guys seeing this? This is one visible light photon that is having multiple W's. Okay, so another W. Follow the nearest path up and to the left. Would you say I got out?
I think you got out, yeah.
I got out. That turn is over, but look at this. 6 W's
on one
on
turn.
one turn. That's going to be significant in our follow-up questions. All right, Mrs. Shields, your turn.
All right, here we go. And it is absorbed. Put a W on the score sheet. I've been absorbed by a spider. Changing this out to a red photon. Oh, we're going to move it up from the ground and to the right. And oh, I don't hit anything.
You got out.
Oh my goodness. How about that? Only 1 W.
All right, so visible light hitting our surface. We have 3 more total beams left in this round. So I am tails absorbed. A black cat absorbs your photon and is warmed a bit. Put a W on your score sheet. We go sideways and hit another object, so I go left 1 space, where I must take another absorbed card. This time I'm absorbed by a beach chair, another W. This time I go sideways again and hit another object. I move to the left again 1 space and take another absorbed. I'm absorbed by a roof tile, another W. This time I move my photon away from the ground, up and to the right, where I hit a carbon dioxide molecule, okay? So we know what happens, right? Oh wait, I did something very bad. Did anyone notice? I forgot to change out my visible light when I was absorbed. So this really was an infrared. So when infrared hits carbon dioxide, those wavelengths are absorbed. A W on the score sheet, I'm following the nearest path down and to the right. Take another absorbed card. Okay, I'm absorbed by a rock. Go sideways and hits another object. Go right 1 space. People are not making this up. This is the way that carbon dioxide in the atmosphere can behave. I go right 1 space and take another absorbed. I'm absorbed by a lump of coal. W on the score sheet. I move my photon away from the ground, up and to the left, where I hit a carbon dioxide. W on the score sheet. This time I'm following the nearest path up and to the right. Hallelujah. I got out. Okay, I hope you kept track of all those W's. 2 more beans.
We'll tell you the W's at the end. All right. 1 more. Down here we go. Look at that. I've been reflected. Your photon has hit a mountain peak. It bounces up into space. Move your photon away from the ground, up and to the left, and it doesn't really matter because it's a visible light photon and it will not be absorbed by carbon dioxide.
This is our last one of round 3. So I move down to the ground. This time I am again absorbed. I'm absorbed by an ice cream cone. Put a W on the score sheet for this round. And then I'm moving, oh wait, I almost did it again. What should I be doing? I've got to change out my white beam for red. Now I'm an infrared photon we feel as heat. I move it away from the ground, up and to the right where I hit a carbon dioxide. Okay, so put a W because of the heat trapping. Follow the nearest path straight down. Take another absorbed card. I'm absorbed by a grain of sand. W. Straight up away from the ground. I hit that same carbon dioxide again. This carbon dioxide is doing double duty. Now another W, please. The nearest path down and to the right. This way. Take another absorbed card. I was absorbed by a leaf. Put a W. Move it right one space. That's the right way, yes. Okay, take another absorbed by some grass. W. Up and away to the right. Did I just get out?
No,
that's
right.
left.
Yes.
Did I?
Technically. I mean, you could maybe have grazed it.
I don't know. I think I hit it, Mrs. Shields. W. Another W. I hit a carbon dioxide. Follow the nearest path down and to the left. Take an absorbed. W. I hit a stone. Move it away up and to the right. Carbon dioxide, W on the score sheet, up into the left, and I barely made it out. Woo! That's the end of round 2. Now I know that was a lot. We'll count up what we have over here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 W's on my side.
Did you count your carbon dioxides?